Hi guys, welcome to the first proper episode of this week. I say proper episode, I like to think that my DC All-In Breakdown qualifies as a proper episode, but maybe a regularly scheduled episode for this week's releases coming into the store. That's where we break it down into two episodes. We have the new graphic novels into the store this week, and then check back later today. We'll be doing the single issues as well. So plenty to get through. It's a big sort of compendium slash omnibus type week, so we will jump right in. So we kick things off with one of the smaller Marvel editions. These are always the sort of smaller format, means all ages essentially. So what this is Spider-Gwen Into the Unknown. This collects Spider-Gwen 1 to 10. So again, these are really good value, £13, all 10 issues in one as well. Usually these would be broken into larger format and then into 2 volumes. So 1 to 10 for your Spider-Gwen fix. Next up, we have Superman Lost. This was a cracking wee mini-series, actually. Well, more of a maxi-series. Christopher Priest, Carlo Pagulian on art. It was 10 issues in total. And Superman comes home from what seemed like a routine mission with the Justice League. Lois Lane thinks he's only been gone for a few hours, but in fact, the Man of Steel has spent 20 years returning from the deepest reaches of space. Really, really good stuff, that. Next up, we have an adaptation of a famous book, The Killer Inside Me. It was written by a guy called Jim Thompson. This is the comic adaptation of it. So adapted by Devin Farishi with art by Vic Malhotra. Jim Thompson provides a pitch-black glimpse into the mind of the American serial killer years before Charles Manson, John Wayne Gacy, and Bret Easton Ellis's American Psycho. Lou Ford is the deputy sheriff of a small town in Texas. The worst thing most people can say against him is that he's a little slow and a little boring. But then most people don't know about the sickness that almost got Lou put away when he was younger. The sickness that is about to surface again. Good movie as well, actually, with Casey Affleck and Jessica Alba. Next up, we have the latest volume of Miles Morales in trade paperback form. This is called, this is the tie-in issues to Gang War, which of course was the big Spider-Man crossover. This covers Miles Morales Spider-Man 13 to 16 and Jan Size Spider-Man number 1. Next up, we have the full collected edition for a series called The Paybacks. This was one of the first series that Donny Cates did, way pre-Venom and pre-Thanos and all that kind of stuff. This was an 8-issue series. So heroism doesn't come cheap, so when superheroes borrow money to finance their genetic enhancements, robotic suits or crime-fighting supercomputers, their debts make student loans look like IOUs. From the team that delivered the smash hit God Country and critically acclaimed Buzzkill comes The Paybacks, a repo squad composed of bankrupt former heroes here to foreclose on everybody's secret layers. A big one out next, which was absolutely fantastic, of course, read in single issues. Rare Flavors, Ram V, Felipe Andrade, the team, of course, behind The Many Deaths of Lila Starr, one of our favourite books the last few years. Rare Flavors is more of a love letter to food and cooking, but of course with a demonic Rakshasa with a down-to-earth dream of being the next Anthony Bourdain. To achieve his vision, Ruben Elismo, an aspiring filmmaker who has seen better days, to document the world-renowned cuisine of India and the people behind such glorious food. But little does Mo know that there's more to Ruben than meets the eye, and that the mortals play a darker role in the documentary than they are prepared for. Next up, we have Resurrection of Magneto. This was a 4-issue mini-series. Al Ewing and Luciano Vecchio on creative duties for that. Next up's an interesting one. This is Sex Criminals Letter Daddy. So recently, Sex Criminals, so Chip Zdarsky, Matt Fraction, totally oddball book, totally brilliant book. They released the compendium, which was all the single issues all together. But one of the joys of reading Sex Criminals in single issues was that there used to be a letters page at the back. And this is very much adults only, by the way. So they used to have letters pages at the back where people would write in with their sex problems, and they would answer them as if they were some newspaper columnist. So really, really fun stuff. They've collected it all in one graphic novel now. So Letter Daddy, so no art. This is purely Matt and Chip responding to lots of people's letters. Next up, we have the next volume of Venom Modern Era Epic Collection. I say next volume, it's actually volume 6. They seem to be releasing these in some weird order, but there you go. This covers 2013 to 2016 and covers Venom 36 to 42 and Venom Space Knight 1 to 13 as well. So Flash Thompson, Agent of the Cosmos. Next up, we have new in this week is the hardcover of Fight Club 3. So written by Chuck Palahniuk, who of course was the creator of Fight Club, brilliant book before becoming a brilliant movie. They then did a sequel to that in comic book form, Fight Club 2, and then this is the next sequel, Fight Club you guessed it, 3. Yeah, nice thick book. It's the only way that Chuck Palahniuk continued on the story. There was never any plans for movies or TV shows or more books. He just loved the comic medium and wanted to do it through that. Next up, we have a Deadpool minibus. So, minibus is essentially just a smaller form of omnibus, although still plenty of material in here. This contains Deadpool versus X-Force 1-4, Hawkeye versus Deadpool 0-4, Deadpool's Art of War 1-4, Return of the Living Deadpool 1-4, and Deadpool's Secret Wars 1-4 as well. So a good 20 issues in there, all collected as well for you Deadpool fans. Next up, we have Brother Lono. This is a follow-up to 100 Bullets, a favourite series of mine, done by Brian Azzarello, Eduardo Riso. They did this follow-up sequel, which was Brother Lono, which followed the events after the 100 issues of 100 Bullets itself, getting the nice hardcover deluxe edition. Some softbacks now. We have Batman Superman World's Finest, Elementary. This is Volume 3. So Volume 3 came out a few weeks back in hardcover, now hitting trade paperback. Of course, that is Mark Waid and Dan Mora. Beware the Planet of the Apes, a new story set in the classic continuity of the original Planet of the Apes movies. This was a 4-issue series, written by Mark Guggenheim with art by Alvaro Lopez. We have some Blue Beetle for you now. So this is Blue Beetle Scarab War. This contains, I believe, the 6-issue mini-series of that. Obviously, Blue Beetle, maybe a little bit better known now to people after the movie, which I still haven't seen, but I've heard good things about. New Daredevil Epic Collection. So this is covering 94-95. This is Daredevil 333 to 344 and Electro Root of Evil 1-4. So, when Daredevil heads underground, he gets drawn into an ordeal involving Bushwhacker, the Devourer, and Deathlock. But as things get explosive, is the biggest menace the Underground King or the Rising Kingpin? Out of costume, it's Matt Murdock no more. Now he's Jack Batlin, street hustler. But when a cruel menace targets Matt's friends, Jack's old life quickly comes back to haunt him. Another one getting the softcover treatment is Detective Comics, so Gotham Nocturne, Act 1. So we're kicking off the Ram V stuff. This is the second volume of the Ram V stuff. This is 1066 to 1070, and what a run it has been. It's coming to an end very, very soon, but it has been awesome. So yeah, it's coming into trade paperbacks to go with the rather nice hardcovers as well. Next up, we have Ultimate X-Men Volume 2 in omnibus form. So this was the original Ultimate Universe as opposed to the one that's currently going now. This one includes work from Brian Michael Bendis, Brian K. Vaughan, Robert Kirkman, drawn by David Finch, Andy Kubert, Steve Dillon, Stuart Immonen. Absolute cavalcade of great creators there. So that's hitting the omnibus section. We have probably the biggest release this week is Houses of the Unholy. This is Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. Almost don't need to say more. These guys, of course, specialise now in the original graphic novels being released as hardcovers. It is described as a riveting horror thrill ride from Brubaker and Phillips. An FBI agent from the cult crime beat and a woman with a past linked to the satanic panic are drawn into a hunt for an insane killer hiding in the shadows of the occult underworld. Natalie Burns once thought she had escaped her past, but what if all your bad decisions are just more ghosts waiting for you in the dark? I mean, again, these guys, their reputation now is exceptionally well earned. They sell their own books just with their names on it. A big in-demand omnibus has finally been released. This is Spider-Man Brand New Day. So this was essentially kicking off the Dan Slott run. Sometimes I get Slott and Wade mixed up. So Dan Slott then wrote on Spider-Man for a good 10 years. This was coming off the back, I believe, of the J. Michael Straczynski stuff and swinging into, you guessed it, A Brand New Day. So this is covering stuff from Amazing Spider-Man 546 to 583, but also contains loads of other stuff as well. You've got annuals, you've got 3-issue miniseries that's linked in the Secret Invasion, you've got President's Day Celebration, Fear Itself, Swing Shift Director's Cut, etc., etc. So tons of people involved in this. As I say, that's been a series that people have been really looking forward to hitting omnibus form, because obviously it's quite a long run and the trades are quite hard to get, although we recently got a whole pile of the trades in, so you can pick it up that way as well if you wish. But if you want the omnibus form, that's hitting this week. Another big one this week definitely is Gone. This is the creator-owned sci-fi title from Jock. This is done through Distillery Comics. They're starting to release their hardcovers now. They're absolutely gorgeous the way they're produced. They're oversized, of course, the same way the single issues are. Somna has already come out, which is Tula Lotay and Becky Cloonan. and that one won an Eisner, I believe, for Best Original Series. And then we have Gone from Jock. Again, brilliant stuff, and again, a beautiful addition in those hardcovers. And we just finish off with a couple of Old Faithfuls coming back into the store. We have Walking Dead Compendium 1, Walking Dead Compendium 4. The start and the finish. But don't worry, 2 and 3 are on the shelves. So as ever, we try to make sure we have each volume so that whatever stage your reading is at, you will be able to pop into the store and grab them. So yeah, that is everything new for the store this week. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the DC All-In video, just breaking down DC's new initiative for this October. I joined TikTok for the store as well. Finally gave in. Hopefully be doing daily content on that. Just a bit of fun, and again, hopefully reach a bigger audience as well. But outside of that, as I say, check back later. We'll have the single issues video up for this week. And as ever, hope this proved useful for you. So hope to see you guys in the store throughout the week. And until then, take it easy.